When most of you all think of Justin Bieber, you probably think of him as a rich, entitled punk. And look, I would not argue with you there. But when I think about Justin Bieber, I think about how we watched Hollywood eat him alive right in front of our faces, which I guess isn't that unique in the grand scheme of things, because doesn't this happen to every child star in show business? Doesn't Hollywood and show business always ruin these child stars? But the unique thing about Justin Bieber is that we all kind of watched it happen right in front of our faces. So often you will have these Disney stars that star on these kids' television shows. Maybe they star in family-friendly movies, and then next thing you know, out of nowhere, you see them dancing half-naked in music videos, strung out on coke, getting into insane run-ins with paparazzi, and we're always left wondering, hey, what in the hell happened here? One day they're on Disney Channel, next day they're strung out on coke in the streets, getting into fights with paparazzi. What happened in the middle? What happened behind the scenes? We're often left confused as to how these child stars go down these dark paths. But with Justin Bieber, don't get me wrong, there was a lot going on behind the scenes, but there was also so much happening right in front of us. I mean, we watched as grown adults lusted over Justin Bieber at these award shows, touching him, kissing him, doing inappropriate things with him. We watched Diddy brag about hanging out with Justin Bieber and how they were going to go out and find girls and they were going to do this and do that, and Justin Bieber was like 11 or 12 years old. Now, mind you, at the time, I didn't notice how bad it was because I'm only a couple of years older than Justin Bieber, so I was a kid as well. So I didn't really think much of it when I saw a 13-year-old Justin Bieber hanging out at the Diddy parties. But now that we know what we know now, and now that I'm grown, I'm looking at this totally different. No, it wasn't cool for Justin Bieber to be hanging around Diddy at the age of like 11 or 12. Yet he was. And they didn't really try to hide it either. There's photos out there of a underage Justin Bieber hanging out at these Diddy parties. And we know what happens at the Diddy parties, folks. So there's no telling, and when I say there's no telling, I guess there is some telling as to what maybe was happening to Justin Bieber behind the scenes. Maybe it involved a bunch of baby oil, I don't know. But I do think that Hollywood chewed Justin Bieber up, and they haven't necessarily spit him out yet, but he's really been going through some troubling times lately. And a lot of his fans, they blame his marriage. They say, oh, you know, Justin Bieber's depressed or he's going through things because of his marriage to Hailey Bieber. And then others say, oh, it's because Justin is still in love with Selena Gomez. And Justin's fans, they have all of these excuses for why he's been acting kind of weird lately. Now, of course, Justin Bieber had a troubled past. He would have times where he was, you know, acting out or what have you. But ever since Diddy's house got raided, and ever since Diddy got arrested, Justin Bieber has been acting really weird. And if you've been subbed to my channel, then you guys already know that I've put out multiple videos over the last month or year or so talking about this. And I really think that a lot of this weird behavior, I think a lot of the reason why Justin is so depressed, I think a lot of the reason why he's posting these weird, questionable things on social media, I don't think it's necessarily because of his marriage. I think it's because of Diddy. Like I keep saying, I'll say there's no telling what happened to Justin Bieber when he was with Diddy. But we could use our imaginations, even though I don't really want to do that. So I think the reason why we're seeing him act out lately, we're seeing him, go on these rants about God. We're seeing him just say a bunch of weird things and people don't understand what's going on with him. I think it all ties back to Diddy. And I've been saying that for months now, before Diddy's trial even started. But now that Diddy's trial has started, Justin Bieber has once again been posting some weird stuff on social media. Now, he posted a whole slew of videos and then quickly deleted them. I'm in the process of trying to get my hands on all of those videos. And when I do, I'll make a separate video about that. But there is one concerning video that he left up on his social media, which I think is kind of interesting because he posted a bunch of other weird stuff and deleted it. But there's one post that he left behind. And this is right when Diddy's trial was starting, as Cassie is taking the stand and she's exposing all of these things about Diddy. Justin Bieber goes on Instagram and he uploads this weird video, like an infrared video or something along those lines, of him eating cheese pizza. Now, I'm sure some of you watching this video I'm sure some of you all know what cheese pizza represents, at least for certain sick individuals. Okay? Pizza, it's a symbol for a lot of sick creeps. I don't want to go into full detail here, and if I do, they'll probably take this video down. But I'm sure you guys have heard of Pizzagate. I'm not telling you that you got to believe that. I'm not telling you not to believe it. But we know that these weird, sick elites, they use certain symbols. They use symbolism. And pizza definitely stands for something. And maybe there's nothing to this. Maybe I'm just reading too much into things. But I do find it weird that as the Diddy trial is starting, as people are taking the stand to testify against Diddy, Justin Bieber is tweaking out on Instagram, posting these videos of him sitting in a chair eating pizza and looking kind of weird. Now, another thing that sticks out to me is how this isn't a regular video. Obviously, it goes to different colors and stuff. But I'm a movie buff, so immediately when I saw the video, I thought of Predator. You know how Predator sees people, right? From the movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Predator kind of uses heat vision, infrared vision, I don't know exactly what you would call it, to see, right? And when I was looking at the Justin Bieber video of him eating pizza, it looked as if the Predator was watching him eating pizza. And I wonder if there's anything to it. I know I'm probably just reaching here, but I do find it odd that this is the filter that he used. Okay, I'm going to use this Predator-like filter to record myself eating pizza, sitting in a chair, as people are testing it, speaking out against Diddy in court. So I don't know, it really kind of creeped me out. Because so often we see these celebrities, they do stuff without explanation, and people just chalk it up to, oh, they're being artistic. Look at the art. You got to understand the artistic message here. There's no artistic message here. But the timing is very sus. The timing is very odd. Out of the however many years Justin Bieber has been alive, he decides that at the very time Cassie is testifying against Diddy, exposing some of his freak-offs, Justin Bieber decides, hey, let me record this video of me eating pizza in my chair. And like I said, folks, there's another string of other weird videos too, but he quickly deleted those. So I'm just sitting over here looking at this okay, are you trying to say something here? Are you trying to send a message? And then when you think, what is really bothering Justin Bieber right now? Does he have a lot weighing on him? because he really wants to speak out about what he was subjected to. Maybe he wants to speak out about what he saw other people go through. Or maybe as he got older, he participated in these parties as well, and now he's scared that he may get exposed. I don't know. But there's definitely something there, if you ask me. And when it comes to the Diddy trial, I was thinking about covering it. I may still cover a little bit of it moving forward, but I feel kind of iffy about the whole thing. I do think Diddy is guilty of a whole lot. But I think a lot of these people who are testifying against him, I think a lot of Diddy's victims that we're hearing from and that we're seeing, I think they're more so accomplices as opposed to victims. I think most of Diddy's real victims are probably scared to speak out. I think that Justin Bieber is scared to speak out. But a lot of these people who willfully participated in these freak-offs, a lot of these people who maybe regret what they did now, but they were all for it at the time because they wanted money or clout. I think a lot of these people who are acting like the victims, I think they're accomplices that helped Diddy do the things that Diddy did. And if anything, a lot of these people that are testifying against Diddy should probably be in jail with him. Okay? I feel bad for a lot of the people that had to go through the things that they went through at the Diddy freak-offs. I'm not saying that what Diddy was doing was right. I'm not defending Diddy. But also, there's a bunch of grown adults who consented to doing this stuff, who are all down and open to doing this stuff when they thought that they had something to gain, when they thought that they had fame to gain, when they thought that they would gain fortune. And a lot of these people had no problem bringing other people into the fold, victimizing other people, bringing in other people to be subjected to this treatment. There were a lot of people out there recruiting these people for Diddy, and none of them are going to be held accountable. All of them will be viewed as victims as well. So when I look at this trial, I want justice for real victims. I don't care about these consenting adults who went along with what Diddy was doing, not only went along with it, but helped him. But that's what we're seeing. Most of the people that you're going to see speaking out were accomplices. They're not the bottom of the barrel victims that you'll never hear from. You know what I mean? So I do have mixed feelings about the whole Diddy trial, about how everything is going down right now. Because if we're holding Diddy accountable, a lot of those people taking the stand that were at the freak-offs, they need to be held accountable as well. Because they're not innocent victims when it comes to this situation. Were they subjected to and treated bad? Sure, probably. I wouldn't deny that. But they went along with that for years, and that's on them, okay? And going along with it is one thing, but bringing other people into the fold is another. So, yeah, I do feel some kind of way about some of these people testifying because I feel like a lot of them are phony and a lot of them were right there with Diddy doing this stuff, and they were okay with it until they weren't okay with it. But as far as Justin Bieber goes, I'm keeping a close eye on him because he's obviously tweaking out right now, and it's obviously because of the Diddy case. We could try to say it's because of Haley, it's because of this woman, it's because of that woman. No, I think that it's because of the Diddy trial. That's why I think Justin Bieber is freaking out right now. And what I want to know, are you freaking out? Are you tweaking out because of what was done to you? Or are you tweaking out because as you got older, you were an active participant that victimized other people as well? And maybe even both things are true. Because often kids who have horrible things done to them, they grow up and they do horrible things to kids. Now, as of right now, though, we haven't really heard much about underage people being involved in these freak-offs. But we do know for a fact that Justin Bieber was underage attending a lot of these Diddy parties. And as far as these Diddy parties go, now they're trying to act like they're all secretive and, oh my God, this was happening, that was happening. All of these Diddy parties were public knowledge in Hollywood. You see, the way that they're treating this story, they're treating it like this was a deep, dark secret, right? That, oh my God, behind the scenes, you'll never believe what Diddy was doing, right? Oh my God, how dare Diddy do this? How dare Diddy do that? and you see these celebrities on their podcast talking about it. You see these singers, these rappers joking about it and talking about it. The reality is, and I have proof that I'll show you guys soon in the future, the reality is that all of these people in Hollywood, all of these famous people, they knew damn good and well what was happening at Diddy's house. They would go to Diddy's parties, and they would all openly brag about Diddy's freak-off parties, okay? This was not a secret, what was happening to Cassie and what was happening to these other people and these escorts being brought into the party. This was not a dark, deep secret of Diddy's. This was out in the open. This wasn't something that Diddy was hiding. This is something that all of Hollywood knew was happening, and they knew it was happening because most of Hollywood was going to these parties, and they were at these parties. And now they want to act like, oh my God, how dare Diddy? No, all of you were there. So that's another frustrating layer to this story for me as well, because here in the modern day, now that I guess Diddy is a little bit older and people don't talk about Diddy as much, it seems like everyone has forgotten that, you know, over the years, it was just out in the open how crazy and wild Diddy's parties were. And all of the celebrities wanted to be there. And they would talk about it openly on talk shows, on MTV, BET, VH1, on the Entertainment Today. Like, it was just out there in the open that everyone was going to these parties, and Diddy had the best parties. And now it's, oh my God, this was a deep, dark secret. No one knew what was going on. Yeah, freaking right. Yeah, right. But with all of that being said, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? Let me know. If you would like to support the channel, you could do so via Cash App or Super Thanks. But make sure you like the video and share the video, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.